Hey everybody, it's Marcus here with Good eReader, and in today's video tutorial we're going to teach you how to copy ebooks to your Entourage Pocket Edge dual book. So this is the world's first dual book e-reader. This is the little brother to the original Entourage Edge, which came out about a year ago. It was pretty massive as far as the screens. This is a smaller version. We like this version. It's pretty well our favorite device in the office here these days. One side is Android. It's 1.6, but there will be a new update very soon which will bring it to a respectable, we heard 2.0 at least, but hopefully 2.2. And you have a total touchscreen e-ink interface here, so you can, with the stylus, take notes, you can draw pictures, you can circle words, you can highlight words, and everywhere in between. You can see here there's a webcam, speaker here in the middle. Folding it closed, you have your power button. You have AC adapter, headphone jack, volume, micro SD. You have a full USB 2.0 port, so you can plug in such things as a USB flash drive and load books in that way. And you also have your smaller USB to be plugged into your computer. All the cables come with it. So in today's tutorial, the purpose of it really is to teach you how to copy ebooks that you downloaded from the internet, ebooks that you've purchased from other websites, and everywhere in between. We'll even show you how to do it via USB flash drive. Now, you could, when you read books on your device, exclusively read on the e-ink screen, and that's probably the most preferred way, although you can download free Android applications such as Aldico, FB Reader, and so on, and you can do your reading on the Android aspect, and that might be good if some of your picture books have color, they're kids books, cookbooks, and so on. We're not going to show you how to do that because obviously it's super easy once you actually get the device to recognize books. So what we're going to start off with is showing you how to do it via Calibre. And the last bit of information I want you to know for this tutorial is we're exclusively working with EPUB ebooks, and this is the most accessible ebook format. It's the ebook format of choice from stores from Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Borders, Smashwords, and a ton of other sites. When you buy books from their sites, it's always in EPUB format, so it's very easily read on devices such as this, and a ton of other e-readers are all compatible with EPUB. So let's get started. First of all, what we want to do is get our computer to recognize our edge here. So what we're going to do is have one side plugged into the computer and the other side plugged into our edge. Okay, so we got a little noise recognizing that the edge has an internet or a USB connection, but our laptop here does not have any new devices being recognized. What you have to do is you have to actually pull down the menu here to where it says USB connected. You tap that and you want to mount the device. Once you do that, you'll get an autoplay feature popped up, so we're going to put our edge aside for now. We're going to close this and we're going to go to Calibre. Calibre is a free download. It allows you to do a lot of great things such as edit metadata, author data, to organize and give yourself a lot of space to be able to change the author's name, change the book name. Certainly if you download books from the internet, a lot of books have the author name spelled wrong, or the author name and book title both in the same place, and you want to definitely organize your e-reader to be abiding by some sort of consistent naming conventions. So what we're going to do is, by default, library is highlighted, but because we plugged in our edge, it shows up as this little e-reading icon here. So you want to have that highlighted, and then you simply want to go to add books, and navigate on your computer to wherever you store your ebooks. I have them on my desktop, so I'm going to add the book Worth Dying For by Lee Child. So I'm going to double click on that. It's copying it over to the e-reader. In a second here it should update. So these two books we have are actually on our device. What we want to do next is to verify that they're on the device and get them to show up in our e-reader. And this process is going to be duplicated for all of the other books that we're going to load. So simply what we want to do is click on the reader icon, and it'll give you two prompts: open book from library or open book from storage. Because it's not actually in our library yet, we've just copied it over, we want to click on open book from storage, and we want to turn off the mounting, and we can simply leave that connected in. What this will unmount it is it'll allow you to actually access the data on our Edge, because before it was our computer was facilitating the connection between data back and forth on the Edge. So now that we turned off the mounting feature, we can actually see everything that's on our Edge. Now when Calibre copies over ebooks, it puts it in the Edge's internal storage in the download folder. So again, at the top here you might have library, purchase, archive, or store. So we want to be on storage and on Edge's own internal storage. Click on download, and you can see here directory for Lee Child. Here's our book, and we have the option to be able to just start reading it right away, but I want to be able to make sure that when I just go to my library it's there. So I'm just going to hold my hand down on this after I check mark it, of course. And at the bottom you see a add to library. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to copy it over to a library. It's looking for some file tags. So this is sort of like a suspenseful book, so you can put suspense and so on. So when you want to look for all books that have specific tags like teen, suspense, thriller, vampires, paranormal, or if you want to tag specific authors, then that way if you have a lot of ebooks on your device, you can easily look things up by just tags. So we're just gonna bypass adding tags for now and just add files. And you can see it is adding the content. Now it's added to our library, so we're just gonna press the home button to get to the main screen. Press reader. We're going to open book from library, and here's Worth Dying For. Now you see it actually will load up on this screen, so you can churn pages back and forth by this. If you could choose, you can hit the pencil icon here, highlight words if you want, which is, pretty handy. Or you can hit the note function, do arrows, circle words, and that's saved to the book on your device. So you can see here that this is a great student's tool, or a good tool to be able to collectively work by circling important words. You can highlight words, you can doodle all over it. This is one of the nice benefits of a touchscreen device. So what we're going to do next is, now that we did it through Calibre, I want to show you how you transfer books via Adobe Digital Editions. So what I'm going to do is, this is still plugged in to my computer here. So what I'm simply going to do is drag this down here and mount it again, so my computer will be able to copy books directly from my PC to my Pocket Edge. So again, we're going to put this down briefly. And we're going to close Calibre because we're done with this. Now here's Adobe Digital Editions. This is also a free download. If you've never used it before, you can simply Google for it and just register a free account. It just asks you for where you're located, your name, your email address, a login and password, and so on. You have to install it, and then that way any device hooked up to that computer will be easily accessible. Now, the next thing that we want to do is, you can see there's nothing here. And again, you want to use Adobe Digital Editions for content that you've purchased online. So say I'm going to select a book that I've bought that has digital rights management, which means that it's not normally viewable, or it may be viewable just for specific advice. So we have a book here called Lost by J.D. Robb. So you can see here, this is a book that we converted from one format to another, didn't retain the cover art, it's all good. So what we have here is the book on our stage, and to get it there, all I did was click on Library, add item to library here, and then I simply browse my computer for where I have the ebooks, and the ebooks were on my desktop. So here's our edge here, it's noticed by an icon. So you can see here that these are all the books that are currently on my edge. But you can see the book here, The Lost by J.D. Robb, is currently not on edge. To copy that over, all you got to do is select it with your mouse, so you could drag it around, and you simply just want to drag and drop it in the edge folder here. And we see that because we've connected it up via USB to our edge and clicked on mount. So we're going to just drag and drop it here. So this is the book here, and again, once it's evident in the program here, that means it's copied to the device. Now simply what we're going to do is have our device here again, press the home button, we're going to click on Library, and you can see here that the book isn't here. So what we're going to do is click on the top here and go to Storage, and we want to click on Internal Storage. You saw it's empty because we never turned off the mounting process. So now that we turn that off, suddenly we see books. So that's a good hint if you try to access internal storage and there's nothing there when obviously there is. You pretty well want to unmount it if you still have a USB connection going on. So at first, when we did the Calibre way of doing things, the book was evident in our download directory. Because we did it through Adobe Digital Editions, and Adobe Digital Editions again is used for purchased books, so EPUBs, PDFs, other formats. So you want to click on the Digital Editions directory, and you can see the book here, The Lost by J.D. Robb. So again, you can hold your hand on it, see Open in Reader, Rename, Delete, Add to Library. So we want to select the Add to Library feature. And the same thing again, you can add tags, you can add the author's other aliases such as Fern Michaels, you can add genre specific tags and so on. Again, we're going to bypass that simply for tutorial's sake and add the files. Okay, so it's added that to our e-reader here, so we're just going to verify that it works. Open file from library. And here we go, The Lost by J.D. Robb. Again, this is opened here. So we can simply turn pages. And here's the book. So that was a bit of a different process than we used doing it the Calibre way. The next way that I'm going to show you is how to copy ebooks to here just on a USB flash drive. So again, I'm just going to unplug it this time. But first I'm going to unmount it, because in other videos where I've just unplugged things, generally people give me hell. So it's unmounted. I'm going to unplug it from my device. And I have a USB flash drive here. Now, you might be in another place aside from home and someone says, hey, you gotta listen to this music track, you gotta see this video, oh, I have some school books, or I have a must-read novel that you have to have. Here's the flash drive, right? And so they don't want you to run off with it, they just want to say, hey, just load it on your device right now. Most smartphones or, either most e-readers do not have a USB 2.0 port, so that's where devices like the Entourage Pocket Edge really shine, is that it is in essence an e-reader and a tablet built into one, and it does have things like a USB port, which is, you know, tremendously handy in those fleeting moments where people just say, hey, you know, I have some books here for you. So I have a book that I've copied to the device, and what we're going to do is just simply, you know, plug it in. And so we just have to take it out of standby mode. Okay, here we go. You can see here that there's a light on a USB drive. So what we want to do is go to storage. And you're going to say, you know, why can't I see anything here? You know, there's nothing here. What we got to do next is very simple. Okay, so the solution again is simple. You can see here that it has created tab folders. One says Edge and one says internal storage. Basically, you know, you're going to see, okay, I want to access my USB drive. How do I do it? What you got to do is just click on the Edge tag or a tab, and you can see here we had internal storage and Edge. We're just going to click on Edge and select USB. And here's our book on the USB entitled Angel. It's a Maximum Ride novel, the newest one by James Patterson. So what we can do is highlight it, or check mark it rather, and click Add to Library. The same thing, add tags. We just want to add files. Alright, I'm going to clear the history there. And again, it is on our reader now, so we can go to Add Book from Library. And here you go. Angel, the Maximum Ride novel. So by just holding your hand on it, you can actually send it as an email attachment. You can edit the tags. You can go to the table of contents, or you can go to the reader. We're going to open it up in the e-reading aspect. And here's the book. So this is pretty well the easiest way to do this. So we've showed you how to do books via USB, how to copy books from Calibre, how to do it via Adobe Digital Editions, and there's one method that we haven't covered, which is the real way that most people copy books, by just simply copy and pasting books to the device. So we're just going to show you briefly how to do that. It's pretty well one of the easiest things, you know, to do. So we're going to show you that is the next thing that we do. Okay, now that we have unplugged our USB drive from our Entourage Pocket Edge, what we're going to do is simply plug it in via USB. So again, our trusted USB cable here, we're going to plug into the device, get the USB connected message. We're simply going to mount this, and we're going to put this down for a moment. So this time, instead of closing this autoplay, we're going to actually open it to view files. So you see a ton of, this is sort of what the stock internal memory of the Edge looks like. So I'm a bit of a stickler for organization. I'm going to probably copy a lot of ebooks to here, so I'm just going to create a directory in the main device memory called eBooks. Now if you have an SD card, or more particularly a micro SD card, which the Pocket Edge takes, you can create an eBooks directory on your micro SD card. But I like to just roll around with the internal memory and throw micro SD cards in there just for my videos or for pictures and things like that. I like my ebooks to be right on the device memory, mainly because ebooks aren't large. So you can see here we've created a directory, and the last book that we want to copy over is called Over the Edge. and this is by Jonathan Kellerman. So what we're going to do is click on our eBooks directory here and just simply hold it down with the mouse and just drag and drop. Alternatively, you can right click, copy and paste, and this is on the device memory now. So what I'm going to do simply is eject it. It's good to be varied. Sometimes I eject and just sometimes I just like straight unplug it from the device. So we want to now turn off the USB storage, which is unmounting the device. Now what I want to do is go to Reader. I want to click on here where it says Library because that's where I'm currently in. I want to go to Storage, and I'm more concerned with the the Pocket Edge's internal storage. And here's the directory I made here called eBooks. I'm going to click on that, and here's the book. So again, you can hold your hand on it and get a lot of different options. Again, attaching it to emails, adding to library, or alternatively, you can just check mark the box and add to library. So there's more than one way to do it with this device. So again, it has copied it over, so it's in my library, but I could have just opened up the book straight there without adding it to my library. And that might be good to do if you're not sure if you want to keep that book, or maybe you just want to check it out, then you might delete it and you really don't want to add it to your library. That's fine and well. I just bypassed this book, that stage, because I know all the books that I've copied to the device are perennial favorites. So I'm going to copy or click on the books folder, and here's the new book that I copied over. You can see there's Angel, there's Over the Edge. So you can see these are all the books that we've copied over in this tutorial. So just to sum it all up, we've basically showed you how to do it via Adobe Digital Editions if you've bought books in PDF or EPUB form and you want to copy it over to your Edge. We showed you how to do it on a USB flash drive. So if people just gave you a memory stick, hey, you gotta check this out, load it on the device because I don't want you running away with my stick. We've also showed you how to plug it into your computer and do it via just copy and pasting via Windows Explorer. And we've also showed you how to do it in Calibre, which again, Calibre is one of our most recommended tools to edit ebooks, to add cover art, where you saw some of the books that we did. The Lost didn't have cover art. We can simply load it up in Calibre and swap cover art. Or, you know, this book here that by James Patterson was Angel: a Maximum Ride novel. I might have just wanted to get out the Maximum Ride and just have Angel. I could have done that in Calibre. So hopefully you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to load ebooks, more particularly EPUB ebooks, onto your Entourage Pocket Edge. For good e-reader, this is Marcus, and everybody take care.